Good to meet morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. What if I told you that in just 3 days, you could transform the way you approach success? That everything you need to become the person you aspire to be is already within you, but it's waiting for you to take action. Success is often seen as a final destination, a place where everything falls into place, where challenges cease to exist, and where a sense of fulfillment is permanently attained. This idea of success, however, is misleading. Success is not a static endpoint. It is an ongoing process of growth, learning, and adaptation. The most accomplished individuals in any field do not see success as something they achieve once and for all. Instead, they recognize that true success is about developing the right habits, maintaining consistency, and continually striving to improve. Many people set a goal and believe that once they reach it, they will have made it. They assume that once they achieve a specific milestone, a promotion, a financial goal, or personal achievement, they will experience lasting happiness and satisfaction. However, what often happens is that after reaching one goal, they quickly realize there is another challenge, another level to reach, another version of themselves to build. This is because human nature thrives on progress. We are wired to pursue growth, and stagnation often leads to frustration rather than fulfillment. The idea that success is a journey means that the real reward is not in the final result, but in the process itself. It is in the daily effort, the discipline, and the small wins that build momentum over time. A person who aims to become physically fit does not wake up one morning with a perfect physique just because they exercised for a few weeks. Fitness is an ongoing commitment, a lifestyle that requires dedication long after the initial goal has been reached. The same applies to any area of life, whether it is career advancement, financial independence, or personal development. The habits and routines developed along the way are what create lasting success. When people view success as a one-time event, they risk becoming complacent. They may reach a certain level of achievement and stop pushing themselves, believing that they no longer need to grow. This mindset is dangerous because it leads to stagnation. Growth is what keeps individuals sharp, innovative, and forward-moving. Those who embrace success as a journey understand that they must keep evolving, learning new skills, and adapting to new challenges. They are not satisfied with staying the same because they recognize that the world is constantly changing. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow, and the ability to adapt is what separates those who continue to thrive from those who fade into irrelevance. Resilience plays a critical role in this journey. Since success is not a straight path, setbacks and failures are inevitable. People who chase success as a final destination often see failure as a sign that they are not meant to succeed. However, those who understand success as a journey view failure differently. They see it as a lesson, an opportunity to refine their approach and come back stronger. Every mistake is a stepping stone, and every challenge is a chance to grow. The ability to keep going despite difficulties is what ultimately defines long-term success. Another important aspect of this mindset is the ability to find fulfillment in the process rather than just in the outcome. If success is only measured by external achievements, it can feel empty. But if success is measured by personal growth, by the ability to overcome obstacles, and by the progress made along the way, it becomes something that is attainable every single day. This perspective allows individuals to appreciate the small moments, to recognize how far they have come, and to stay motivated even when results are not immediate. Ultimately, success is not about reaching a finish line. It is about becoming the kind of person who continuously strives to be better, who embraces challenges with enthusiasm, and who understands that there is always room for growth. The journey itself is where the real transformation happens, and it is in that journey that true success is found. Clarity is the foundation of success. Before any meaningful action can be taken, there must be a deep understanding of why the action is necessary in the first place. Many people jump straight into working hard, pushing themselves, and taking massive action without first identifying their purpose. They believe that as long as they are doing something, they are moving forward. However, effort without direction is like running on a treadmill It may feel like progress, but it ultimately leads nowhere. Without a clear purpose, no amount of effort will result in meaningful success. When people lack clarity, they often find themselves trapped in cycles of frustration, burnout, and inconsistency. They start projects with enthusiasm but quickly lose motivation when obstacles arise. They chase after goals that seem impressive or desirable without questioning whether those goals truly align with their values, passions, and long-term vision. This lack of alignment leads to an endless pursuit of external validation rather than internal fulfillment. True success does not come from doing what others expect. It comes from knowing exactly why you are pursuing a goal and making decisions that align with that purpose. Clarity eliminates distractions. In a world filled with constant noise, endless opportunities, and an overwhelming number of choices, it is easy to become lost. People often say yes to everything, spreading themselves too thin and wondering why they never achieve anything substantial. When there is no clear direction, everything seems urgent and important. But with clarity, priorities become obvious. Instead of chasing every opportunity that presents itself, individuals can filter out distractions and focus on what truly matters. They know which opportunities align with their purpose and which ones are merely distractions disguised as opportunities. Understanding why something matters provides the fuel needed to sustain long-term effort. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes depending on external circumstances. Some days, motivation is high and taking action feels easy. Other days, motivation disappears and everything feels like an uphill battle. Those who rely on motivation alone will struggle to stay consistent. However, those who have clarity do not depend on temporary feelings. They have a strong sense of purpose that pushes them forward even when the path gets difficult. When they encounter challenges, they do not ask, "Should I keep going?" Instead, they remind themselves of why they started and find the strength to persevere. Clarity also prevents regret. Many people spend years chasing goals only to realize that they were pursuing something that never truly mattered to them. They reach a certain level of success but feel unfulfilled because they never took the time to define what success meant to them personally. They may have followed a path set by societal expectations, family pressure, or industry trends, but without their own sense of purpose, the achievement feels hollow. When people take the time to clarify their why before taking action, they ensure that every step they take is in alignment with their true desires. Another powerful effect of clarity is that it creates confidence. People who know their why do not hesitate. They do not waste time second-guessing themselves, wondering if they are on the right path, or seeking constant reassurance from others. They trust themselves because they have done the internal work to define their direction. This confidence allows them to take bold action, make decisive choices, and move forward with conviction. Instead of fearing failure, they see every experience as part of the journey because they are clear on their ultimate purpose. Effort alone is not enough. Success is not simply about working hard. It is about working hard in the right direction. Clarity ensures that every action taken is intentional, meaningful, and aligned with a greater purpose. Without it, even the best strategies and the hardest work will feel empty. But with clarity, every step forward becomes part of a bigger, more fulfilling journey. Success is often imagined as a massive breakthrough, a defining moment where everything changes instantly. However, real success is not built in a single moment. It is the result of small, consistent actions repeated over time. Small wins may seem insignificant in the short term, but they are the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. They create momentum, reinforce confidence, and establish the habits necessary for long-term success. Many people struggle to achieve their goals because they focus too much on the end result while underestimating the importance of daily progress. They set ambitious goals, expecting rapid transformation, but when results do not come quickly, they become discouraged and give up. This is because they overlook the power of small wins. When success is broken down into manageable steps, progress becomes visible and motivation stays alive. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the gap between where they are and where they want to be, individuals can celebrate each small step forward, keeping them engaged and committed to the process. Small wins create momentum. Every time a person accomplishes a small task, they reinforce their belief that progress is possible. This belief is crucial because self-doubt is one of the biggest obstacles to success. When people set goals but do not see immediate progress, they begin to question whether they are capable of achieving them. However, when they recognize and acknowledge small wins, they shift their mindset from doubt to confidence. Each success, no matter how minor, serves as proof that they are moving forward. Over time, these wins accumulate, building a strong foundation of self-belief and determination. Momentum is what keeps people going when motivation fades. Motivation is unreliable because it is based on emotions which fluctuate constantly. Some days, motivation is high, making it easy to take action. Other days, it is nearly non-existent, making even simple tasks feel difficult. Relying on motivation alone is a dangerous strategy. However, when small wins create momentum, action becomes automatic. The brain starts associating progress with positive reinforcement, making it easier to maintain consistency. This is why successful people do not wait for motivation. They build habits that allow them to keep moving forward, regardless of how they feel on any given day. Another advantage of small wins is that they create a sense of control. When goals feel too big or overwhelming, it is easy to feel powerless. People may feel stuck, unsure of where to start or how to move forward. Small wins break down that sense of helplessness. By focusing on one achievable step at a time, individuals regain control over their progress, instead of worrying about how the way we think shapes every aspect of our lives. Our beliefs, whether empowering or limiting, determine the actions we take, the risks we are willing to embrace, and ultimately the results we achieve. Mindset is the foundation upon which success is built, and if that foundation is weak, no amount of effort will lead to lasting achievement. The first step in any transformation is to reset the way we think, to rewire our mindset so that it aligns with the success we seek. Without this reset, even the best strategies and the hardest work will be ineffective because they will be limited by deep-seated beliefs that hold us back. Every person carries a set of beliefs about themselves, shaped by past experiences, societal influences, and personal perceptions. Some people believe they are capable, resilient, and deserving of success. Others believe they are not smart enough, not talented enough, or not lucky enough to achieve what they desire. These beliefs are not necessarily based on truth, but the mind treats them as reality. When someone repeatedly tells themselves they are not good enough, they subconsciously act in ways that reinforce that belief. They hesitate to take risks, they avoid challenges, and they talk themselves out of opportunities before even trying. This is why mindset matters so much. What we believe influences the choices we make, and those choices shape our outcomes. Rewiring the mind begins with self-awareness. It requires identifying the subconscious narratives that dictate behavior. Many of these narratives were adopted early in life and have been repeated so often that they feel like absolute truths. But they are not fixed. They can be rewritten. One of the most powerful realizations is that beliefs are choices, and like any choice, they can be changed. Instead of reinforcing limiting beliefs, individuals can consciously replace them with empowering ones. This does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist, but rather shifting the perspective on what is possible. A person who once believed they were incapable of public speaking can choose to believe they are someone who is developing that skill. A person who saw themselves as unsuccessful can choose to believe they are in the process of building success. This shift in mindset allows for growth and progress. The language we use also plays a crucial role in mindset. Words shape thoughts and thoughts shape actions. People who say, "I can't do this," are reinforcing limitation, while those who say, "I am learning how to do this," are reinforcing growth. Even subtle changes in language can create a significant shift in perception. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," saying, "I'm improving every day," transforms failure into progress. The mind absorbs these messages, and over time, they become the default way of thinking. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is often the way they talk to themselves. Successful people do not let self-doubt control their decisions. They acknowledge challenges but refuse to let them define their potential. Another key aspect of mindset reset is reframing failure. Many people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth or ability. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every great achievement is built on lessons learned from failure. The most successful individuals in any field have failed more times than others have even attempted. They understand that failure is feedback, not defeat. By shifting the mindset around failure, individuals become more willing to take risks, try new approaches, and push beyond their comfort zones. Each setback becomes an opportunity for growth, and each mistake becomes a lesson that brings them closer to success. Mindset reset is not about quick fixes or temporary motivation. It is about fundamentally changing the way the mind operates. When people begin to see themselves as capable, resourceful, and resilient, they start making decisions that reflect that belief. They stop waiting for permission to succeed and start taking action with confidence. Success does not begin with external achievements. It begins with an internal shift. When the mind is aligned with possibility, everything else falls into place. Success does not come from simply being busy. It comes from being intentional. Many people confuse activity with progress, believing that the more they do, the more they will achieve. However, without focus, effort is scattered, energy is drained, and results remain minimal. The ability to focus on what truly matters and execute with discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who constantly feel stuck. Day 2 is about sharpening that focus, eliminating distractions and taking deliberate action that moves the needle forward. The first step in mastering focus is understanding that not all tasks are created equal. Some actions produce significant results, while others simply consume time and energy without contributing to long-term success. The key is to identify high-impact activities, the ones that align with the bigger goal, and prioritize them. Many people fall into the trap of checking off tasks from a to-do list just to feel productive, even if those tasks do not bring them closer to their goals. True productivity is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters most. Every day, there are only a few essential tasks that drive real progress, and those must take priority over everything else. Distractions are the biggest threat to focus. In today's world, there are countless interruptions, social media, emails, notifications, and endless demands from others. Each distraction pulls attention away from meaningful work, making it difficult to stay on track. Studies show that once distracted, it can take several minutes to regain full concentration. This means that even a few interruptions throughout the day can significantly reduce efficiency. Eliminating distractions requires intentional effort. This may mean turning off notifications, setting specific work hours, or creating an environment that supports deep focus. It may also require setting boundaries with people who demand time and energy that could be better spent on important tasks. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. The more someone trains their mind to resist distractions, the easier it becomes to stay engaged in high-value activities. Execution is where ideas turn into reality. Many people have ambitious goals, but very few take consistent action to achieve them. The difference between success and failure is not intelligence, talent, or resources, it is execution. Those who achieve great things do not wait for the perfect moment or ideal circumstances. They act, even when it is uncomfortable, inconvenient, or uncertain. The best plans are useless without action. Discipline is the force that ensures action happens, even when motivation fades. Motivation is temporary, it comes and goes. Discipline, however, is a habit that sustains progress over the long term. Developing discipline means committing to the process, regardless of external factors. It means showing up every day, even when the results are not immediate. One of the most effective ways to ensure execution is to create structure. Many successful people follow a system that keeps them accountable. They set daily priorities, schedule time for deep work, and measure progress consistently. Without structure, it is easy to procrastinate or get distracted by urgent but unimportant tasks. Time blocking, setting deadlines, and holding oneself accountable are all strategies that enhance execution. Success is not about working harder, it is about working smarter. Another powerful concept is the idea of taking action before feeling ready. Many people delay action because they feel unprepared or uncertain. They believe they need more knowledge, more skills, or more confidence before they can start. However, confidence is built through action, not the other way around. The more someone executes, the more capable they become. Progress is made by doing, learning, adjusting, and doing again. The best way to gain clarity is through action, not overthinking. Mastering focus and execution is about removing unnecessary distractions, prioritizing what truly matters, and developing the discipline to follow through consistently. When these elements are in place, success is no longer a matter of chance. It becomes an inevitable outcome. Growth is not just about action, it is also about reflection. Taking massive action without stopping to evaluate progress is like driving without a map. Movement may be happening, but there is no certainty that it is leading to the right destination. Success is a continuous cycle of action, reflection, and adaptation. Those who succeed at the highest levels are not the ones who simply work the hardest, but the ones who are most aware of their progress, willing to adjust when needed, and committed to learning from every step of the journey. Day 3 is about taking the time to reflect on the progress made, identifying areas for improvement, and adapting to keep moving forward with clarity and purpose. Reflection is a powerful tool that many people overlook. In the rush to achieve goals, it is easy to get caught up in the next task, the next challenge, the next milestone. However, without pausing to reflect, valuable insights are lost. Reflection provides an opportunity to assess what is working, what is not, and what changes need to be made. It allows individuals to recognize their growth, celebrate small wins, and refine their approach. Those who take time to reflect gain a deeper understanding of themselves, their strengths, and their areas for improvement. This self-awareness is essential for long-term success. Evaluating progress requires honesty. Many people either underestimate their growth and become discouraged, or overestimate their efforts and wonder why they are not seeing results. Both perspectives can be harmful. True reflection means looking at results objectively. Are the actions being taken leading to the desired outcome? Are there patterns of behavior that are slowing down progress? Are certain strategies proving more effective than others? These are the types of questions that must be asked regularly. The goal is not to judge or criticize, but to gain clarity on what needs to be adjusted. Every great achiever, from athletes to business leaders, incorporates reflection into their routine. They do not wait until something goes wrong to evaluate their approach. They make it a habit to analyze their progress consistently. Adaptation is the next crucial step. Reflection without adaptation leads to stagnation. The world is constantly changing, and so are personal circumstances, industries, and challenges. What worked in the past may not work in the future. Being adaptable means being open to change, willing to let go of outdated strategies, and embracing new approaches. Many people resist change because they fear uncertainty. They become attached to familiar routines, even when those routines are no longer effective. However, those who succeed understand that adaptability is a strength. They are not afraid to pivot, experiment, and adjust their strategies to align with new realities. They remain flexible in their approach while staying firm in their ultimate vision. One of the most effective ways to ensure continuous growth is to seek feedback. Personal reflection is valuable, but external perspectives provide additional insight. Coaches, mentors, or even trusted peers can offer observations that may not be obvious from a personal standpoint. Sometimes people are too close to their own situation to see blind spots. Those who embrace feedback and are willing to learn from others accelerate their progress. However, the key is to seek feedback from the right sources, people who have experience, wisdom, and a genuine interest in personal growth. A major part of adaptation is overcoming resistance to change. Many people prefer to stay in their comfort zones because uncertainty feels risky. However, real success is found outside of that comfort zone. Adaptation requires embracing discomfort and understanding that failure is not a setback, but a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity to refine strategies, develop resilience, and move forward with a clearer understanding of what works. The process of reflection and adaptation ensures that success is not a temporary achievement, but a continuous journey. It allows individuals to stay aligned with their goals, make intelligent decisions, and continue growing with purpose. Those who commit to evaluating their progress and making adjustments when necessary are the ones who sustain success over the long term. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided, a sign of weakness or inadequacy. Society conditions people to fear failure, associating it with embarrassment, disappointment, and defeat. However, those who achieve lasting success understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the process. Every setback, mistake, or misstep holds valuable lessons that contribute to growth, resilience, and eventual achievement. Without failure, there is no learning. Without learning, there is no progress. The people who reach the highest levels of success are not the ones who avoid failure, but the ones who embrace it, extract lessons from it, and use it as fuel to keep going. Failure provides clarity. When something does not go as planned, it forces reflection. It reveals weaknesses in strategies, exposes gaps in knowledge, and highlights areas that need improvement. Many people make the mistake of seeing failure as a final verdict, assuming that if they fail once, they are not capable of succeeding. In reality, failure is simply feedback. It is an opportunity to adjust, refine, and try again with more insight than before. Those who see failure as a teacher rather than a roadblock gain a competitive advantage because they are constantly learning and evolving. The fear of failure often prevents people from taking action. They hesitate, overthink, and convince themselves that they need to be perfect before they start. However, the only way to gain experience and improve is by doing. No one is great at something the first time they try it. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators all go through a process of trial and error before mastering their craft. The greatest breakthroughs in history were often preceded by countless failures. Thomas Edison, when asked about his repeated failed attempts at inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0 ways that won't work." His success was not about avoiding failure, but about persisting through it. Failure also builds resilience. People who have never experienced setbacks often struggle to handle adversity when it inevitably arises. Those who have faced and overcome failure develop a mental toughness that allows them to keep going when things get difficult. They learn to separate failure from personal identity. Failing at something does not mean being a failure. It means being in the process of growth. Every challenge overcome strengthens the ability to tackle future challenges with greater confidence. One of the biggest shifts in perspective is understanding that failure is temporary. Many people treat failure as a permanent state, assuming that one failed attempt means they will never succeed. However, failure is only final if quitting follows. Those who keep going, making adjustments along the way, eventually turn failures into stepping stones toward success. The key is to remain adaptable, willing to pivot when necessary, and committed to continuous improvement. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. Failure also fosters creativity and innovation. Some of the most successful ideas and solutions have come from mistakes. When a plan does not work, it forces people to think differently, explore new possibilities, and develop better strategies. Many groundbreaking inventions, businesses, and artistic works were born from failures that led to unexpected discoveries. Instead of fearing failure, embracing it as part of the creative and problem-solving process opens the door to new opportunities. The greatest leaders and achievers in any field have failed more times than others have even tried. They understand that setbacks are not roadblocks, but stepping stones. They do not let temporary defeats define them. Instead, they learn, adjust, and push forward. The process of success is not a straight line. It is a series of ups and downs, each failure serving as a lesson that brings them closer to their goals. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not the absence of failure, but the willingness to rise after every fall. Success is never a solo journey. While personal effort, discipline, and resilience are essential, the people we surround ourselves with play a critical role in shaping our mindset, beliefs, and ultimately our outcomes. The influence of those around us is powerful. Whether we realize it or not, their words, attitudes, and actions impact our decisions, motivation, and growth. Those who achieve success are intentional about the company they keep because they understand that the right people can elevate them, while the wrong people can hold them back. One of the biggest reasons why environment matters is that human behavior is contagious. People adopt the habits, attitudes, and mindsets of those they spend the most time with. If someone is surrounded by ambitious, driven, and positive individuals, they are more likely to develop those qualities themselves. On the other hand, if they are constantly around negativity, doubt, and complacency, it becomes much harder to maintain motivation and belief in their own potential. The saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," holds a great deal of truth. If those 5 people encourage growth, challenge limits, and inspire progress, success becomes a natural outcome. If they reinforce mediocrity, discourage change, and foster negativity, progress becomes an uphill battle. The right people provide support and encouragement. The path to success is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. During these times, having a strong support system can make the difference between giving up and pushing forward. Encouraging individuals remind us why we started, help us regain perspective, and offer solutions when obstacles arise. They celebrate our wins, no matter how small, and hold us accountable when we stray from our commitments. In contrast, negative influences often amplify doubts, discourage risk-taking, and reinforce fears of failure. Being around people who constantly criticize, complain, or belittle efforts can drain energy and confidence, making success feel out of reach. Another crucial aspect of surrounding yourself with the right people is exposure to new ideas and opportunities. Growth happens when individuals are challenged to think differently, expand their perspectives, and step outside their comfort zones. The right circle includes mentors, role models, and peers who inspire progress and push limits. They introduce new ways of thinking, offer valuable insights, and open doors to opportunities that might not have been considered otherwise. People who surround themselves with others who are more knowledgeable or experienced naturally absorb wisdom and accelerate their own development. Success is also influenced by accountability. It is easy to make excuses, procrastinate, or settle for less when no one is watching. However, when surrounded by people who hold high standards and expect progress, there is a greater sense of responsibility to follow through on commitments. Successful people often seek out environments where accountability is built into the culture. Whether it is a mastermind group, a mentor, or a community of like-minded individuals, having people who challenge and push for continuous improvement makes all the difference. Letting go of toxic influences is just as important as finding the right ones. Some relationships drain energy, breed negativity, and create self-doubt. These can include people who are overly critical, constantly complain, or discourage ambition. While it is not always easy to distance from such individuals, it is necessary to protect personal growth and well-being. This does not mean cutting people off harshly, but rather setting clear boundaries and prioritizing interactions with those who uplift and support success. Surrounding yourself with the right people requires intentional effort. It means seeking out mentors who have achieved what you aspire to, connecting with peers who share similar goals, and learning from those who challenge you to grow. It also means being mindful of personal influence. Just as we are shaped by others, we also shape those around us. By choosing wisely and fostering positive, growth-oriented relationships, success becomes not just a possibility, but an inevitable outcome. Success is not built on a single moment of greatness or an extraordinary burst of effort. It is the result of small, consistent actions repeated over time. Many people believe that achieving their goals requires massive, dramatic efforts, but in reality, it is not intensity that leads to long-term success, it is consistency. The ability to show up every day, even when motivation fades and challenges arise, is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Consistency builds habits, reinforces discipline, and creates unstoppable momentum that leads to meaningful results. One of the most common mistakes people make is relying on short bursts of motivation to achieve their goals. They start with enthusiasm, pouring all their energy into a new challenge, whether it is fitness, business, or personal growth. However, when the excitement wears off and results do not come as quickly as expected, they lose interest and give up. The truth is that motivation is unreliable. It fluctuates based on emotions, circumstances, and external factors. Discipline, on the other hand, is what ensures progress continues even when motivation disappears. The people who achieve lasting success understand that they must commit to their goals regardless of how they feel in the moment. Small, daily actions may seem insignificant in the short term, but over time they compound into extraordinary results. A single workout does not make someone fit, but exercising consistently over months and years transforms the body. Writing one page may not seem like much, but doing it every day leads to a finished book. Investing a small amount of time in learning a new skill each day may feel slow, but eventually it leads to mastery. The key is consistency, sticking to the process even when progress is not immediately visible. Many people quit because they do not see results right away, but success does not happen overnight. It is the result of accumulated effort over time. Consistency also builds identity. When people repeatedly take action toward their goals, they start seeing themselves differently. Someone who runs every day, even for a short distance, eventually begins to see themselves as a runner. Someone who practices a skill consistently starts identifying as a skilled professional. Identity drives behavior, and the more consistently someone commits to an action, the more it becomes a part of who they are. This shift in self-perception is powerful because it makes success feel natural rather than forced. Instead of relying on willpower, people start acting in alignment with their identity, making success a long-term, sustainable process. Another important factor is the power of momentum. When people show up every day and put in the work, even in small amounts, they create momentum that makes it easier to keep going. In contrast, when they stop and start repeatedly, they have to rebuild that momentum from scratch each time. This is why consistency is more important than intensity. A person who works out moderately 5 days a week will see better results than someone who pushes themselves to exhaustion once a month. A business that grows steadily and improves daily will outperform one that relies on occasional bursts of activity. Success is not about extreme effort for short periods, it is about steady, persistent progress over time. The biggest challenge with consistency is dealing with setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles, unexpected events, bad days, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is the ability to keep going despite setbacks. Missing one day is not the problem. Giving up entirely is. Those who maintain consistency understand that perfection is not the goal. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit, they see them as part of the journey and adjust their approach while staying committed to their goals. The secret to success lies in small, repeated efforts rather than occasional grand gestures. When people commit to showing up every day, regardless of circumstances, they create lasting habits, build resilience, and develop the discipline needed to reach their goals. It is not about how hard someone works in a single moment, but about how consistently they show up over time. Success is not a single event or a final destination. It is a continuous journey of growth, adaptation, and resilience. It is built through clarity of purpose, the right mindset, consistent action, and the willingness to embrace failure as part of the process. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who fall short is not talent or luck. It is the ability to stay committed, learn from setbacks, and keep moving forward. Small daily actions matter more than occasional bursts of effort. Surrounding yourself with the right people creates an environment that fosters growth and accountability. Reflection and adaptation ensure that progress continues, even in the face of challenges. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to success. The key is to start, stay consistent, and never stop learning. Success is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to commit to the process. The journey will not always be easy, but those who persist, adjust, and push through difficulties will ultimately achieve more than they ever thought possible. The choice is yours. Take action, stay the course, and build the success you envision.